order at this time the Finance Committee meeting for August 11, 2025. Before we get into tonight's business, we have two proclamations, and our clerk is going to be so kind on her birthday to read those proclamations for us. I'd like to say happy birthday to our clerk, Ms. Tammy Tracy.
Is there one you want to do first?
You can go ahead and start with the emergency management.
Okay. Whereas emergencies and disasters can occur unexpectedly, posing significant threats to life, property, and the environment, and whereas local emergency managers across all sectors, community leaders, state governments, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, dedicate countless hours to developing preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation programs to protect the lives and property of all persons living in the United States and U.S. territories. And whereas emergency managers across the United States and U.S. territories are charged with establishing and maintaining the capabilities necessary to effectively direct, coordinate, and support emergency and disaster response and recovery efforts. And whereas the mission areas of prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery align with the core capabilities identified in the National Preparedness Goal, and whereas the emergency managers serve the nation by responding to countless emergencies and disasters each year, demonstrating commitment, compassion, and professionalism in protecting the public, and whereas the efforts of our nation's emergency managers have helped millions of community members across the United States recover, rebuild, and become more resilient in the face of adversity, now, therefore, I, Derek Reed, Acting Mayor of the City of Muskogee, do proclaim the month of August 2025 as National Emergency Management Awareness Month.
Council could join us down front. Let's take a picture with emergency management. And the next one is going to be a selfie, so we're going to take a selfie as well. So if the council could join us.
That goes to...
Yes.
You guys can squeeze in a little bit more together, yeah. Okay.
Melanie's the answer.
Okay, Tom. Okay.
We got one more.
We got to do a selfie, Melanie, saying that.
Read the selfie right now.
Okay.
Whereas City Hall Selfie Day is celebration of public service and civic pride, showcasing the vital role of local government in our daily lives, and whereas this annual event, now celebrating its 10th anniversary, has engaged public servants and community members since its founding in 2016, and whereas City Hall Selfie Day is organized by engaging local government leaders, ELGL, a professional association committed to supporting and connecting people who work in and with local government, and whereas participants are encouraged to take selfies in front of city halls and government buildings to highlight the accessibility and importance of local government, and whereas the use of the hashtag City Hall Selfie and tagging ELGL on social media handles allows communities to connect, inspire civic engagement, and promote transparency and public trust, and whereas we encourage all members of our community to participate in this fun and meaningful celebration by taking part in City Hall Selfie Day and showing their appreciation for the work of local public servants, now therefore I, Derek Reed, Acting Mayor of the City of Muskogee, do proclaim August the 12th, 2025 is City Hall Selfie Day in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and encourage all residents, employees, and visitors to join in the celebration.
All right, if you'll stand at this time, we have our invocation by Councilor Melanie Crawford, followed by a flag salute.
Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight, thanking you for this day that you have made. We pray that you would continue to give us your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the things that we need to do to move our city forward. We pray that you would continue to watch over and protect all of us in our city. We pray that you would bless these young people as they go back to school in Muskogee Public Schools and Hilldale Public Schools. Keep us safe, Lord. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. All right, Finance Committee, agenda item number 1, please.
Consider approval of Finance Committee minutes of July the 14th, 2025, or take other necessary action.
After reviewing the minutes, are there any corrections or additions to our minutes?
I move for approval. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve our minutes. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes. Item number 1 passes. Item number 2, please.
Consider approval of claims for all city departments from July 5th, 2025 through August 1, 2025, or take other necessary action.
All right, our purchasing committee didn't have a quorum, but if the council could review the claims and approve if they deem need necessary.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve our claims list. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
No.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes. Item number 2 passes. Item number 3, please.
Consider approval of final payment to Cook Consulting, LLC, in the amount of $151,414.45 for the Smith Ferry Detention Pond, project number 2023007, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Reeves?
This project did conclude successfully. It was $118,000 under budget, as a matter of fact. The Smith Ferry Detention Pond receives runoff from Smith Ferry Road and distributes the runoff into Sam Creek to the south. The trickle channel is designed to carry the water from the inlet structure to the outfall structure. And we had 3,400 feet of 4-strand fencing around the pond, installed around 9 acres. This is the outfall structure going to the south, and this is the inlet structure that receives water from Smith Ferry Road. Staff does recommend approval. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Reeves?
So when you say it came under budget $118,000, explain that. Did we overbid it for 118, or did it just come in under 118?
Actually, the help was from the contractor, and the plans called for a slab sod to go all under the 9 acres of pond area, and he was able to hydro seed it and save us $118,000.
So as long as the grass grows faster than the rain comes, then we're good?
He's already mowing it.
Okay, because if it doesn't grow, then we got to go back and fix it.
Well, generally speaking, when you lay slab sod in the middle of July, it doesn't take. So you're better off doing hydro seeding.
All right, I was just curious how we saved $118,000.
We try to on every project.
Questions?
I move for approval. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve this agenda item. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes?
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes. Item number 3 passes, and that is our final item for our Finance Committee.
Welcome to tonight Public Works Committee meeting, August 11th, 2025. Item number 1, please.
Consider approval of Public Works Committee minutes of July the 14th, 2025, or take other necessary action.
Everyone's had a chance to review the minutes. Any corrections or entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout. Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes.
Item passes. Item 2, please.
Hold a public hearing and take action on the approval of Resolution Number 3039 for the adoption of the City of Muskogee Comprehensive Plan and Future Land Use Map Update with a provision for the plan to be revised and updated as needed or take other necessary action.
At this time, I'm going to open the public hearing. Ms. Winkle?
Yes, thank you. So we started this process about a year ago and had half consulting firm come in, and they were the consulting firm that we chose for this comprehensive plan. They did a presentation last week that gave a little bit more in-depth overview of this, and I'm going to give you just a small version of that. In addition to this, it is on our website, and I will show you where that is at the end of this, and we will also have a community launch party as well that we will let you guys know about. So why is a comprehensive plan important? It outlines the community's vision. It provides guidance for the following: the future, growth, and development for the city. It also provides a framework for decision-making that is consistent with what the community is aspiring towards. While this is a 20-year plan, it is encouraged that the plan be looked at again and updated at the 5- and 10-year mark. And we do have markers in place that we will go back and do that on specific timeframes. Some of the guiding principles that we looked at for this 2045 comprehensive plan were as follows. Advancing Muskogee was one of the policy plan themes, and it encourages and guides development by building upon existing character and assets. The way we plan to accomplish this is through intentional development, strong connectivity, and creating great public spaces. The Muskogee Comprehensive Plan, this is the future development map that we are going to start looking at, and the one that we are going to adopt for this comprehensive plan. It's a little small on the screen, but we will have a blown-up version that you can access in the planning office, and we will put one of those in any of the other offices that are requested. The second guiding principle was thriving Muskogee. To do that, we're going to generate economic growth and prosperity by creating positive environments for development and success. We're going to do that through economic strength, workforce development, and redeveloping the core. Livable Muskogee was the third guiding principle, and we're going to do that by promoting pride in the community, by providing access to quality education, safe neighborhoods, and rich cultural experiences. Some of the action items that we're going to work towards are affordable housing, community preservation, and healthy communities. And then we have Resilient Muskogee. By fostering resilience and securing infrastructure and supporting resources of our natural environment. Part of the accomplishments for this are going to be preserving our natural resources that we already have, designing for resilience within the community, and having fiscally efficient services. The vision statement for the comp plan, the 2045 comp plan, is as follows. The Muskogee is a thriving community dedicated to empowering our residents to succeed. We'll strengthen community pride and prosperity by investing our energy and resources into high-quality places and services. This comprehensive plan can be found on our website on the Planning Department page. And if you go to Comprehensive Plan, it will be the Muskogee 2045 link, excuse me. And I can take any questions that you may have. We do recommend approval.
Thank you, Ms. Winkle. Does council have any questions? No. I do have one person signed up to speak. I'm going to call your name. Please come up. Mike Gregg.
Council, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I went through most of them, 57 pages on a quick view, and I think the overall plan looks really good. My most important question is, I know it's early, but I'm assuming that health and safety and infrastructure will be 1, 2, and 3 before you do anything. As you're processing and developing which comes first, which comes second.
Right.
I think the most important thing within the city is health and safety and infrastructure before we build anything. We have a great habit of not doing that. So I'll give an example. My best buddy, Patrick's not here. So we had discussed, you probably, I don't know if you were here or not, about the lights, safety issues on Shawnee. One, holiday for Memorial Weekend, the lights on York and Shawnee are 3 solid days. And I called Patrick on Tuesday just to inform him that was the case. Patrick acted quickly. The next day, they found some issues and fixed it. And also, another issue, the same thing, 30 to 70% of the lights do not work. Since then, they're started coming on and off. And I noticed that in another forum, it was here, I can't remember which department, but I think it was an old chip. It wasn't 19, it was I think the one before it. They were able to get $110,000 from that. And I guess it was money not used. I don't know. I didn't follow the trail, but it got all the information. I'm just curious that maybe you can answer it, or any of you, if there's money that goes to a chip and it's left over. Good point of you're saving that money. That's a wise move. Where does it go? Does it stay in that particular department, or does it go to the general fund, or what? On a chip?
I don't think Ms. Winkle can answer that.
Okay,
We'd need
that's
our
fine.
treasurer.
Anybody, it's
Yeah,
open, because I sure
think we
don't
need
know.
our treasurer here to answer that.
And does it go where?
I said I think we would need our treasurer here to answer that.
He coughed, I got bad hearing, ma'am. Please.
Our treasurer could answer that.
Okay. And where's the treasurer? Do I need to ask her, them?
Yeah, it's Dennis Reed.
Okay, I will.
Yes.
Fine. Well, that's just one of the things, because that particular point that they did, and Patrick was part of that, is taking the money now, they're putting backup batteries at these major intersections. Because beforehand, usually on Shawnee, there's at least 3 out of I think 8 stoplights I go through regularly are off. Now recently, York was always bad. So somewhere along the line, it was a wiring issue, and Patrick, I think I didn't recognize the name, but maybe the one that the city uses automatically, worked just fine. The lights are still, in fact, our past mayor, I've talked to him about the lights on Shawnee and Shawnee and 69 Highway, which would again also have a roughly 30 to 70% of lights not working. That seems to be solved on from Shawnee to Mulgee Street. My point of saying all of this is because we neglect the things that are important, which are health and safety, which is a no-no. And I think in every project that you do as a council, including the mayor, deputy mayor, is that first of all, safety and health, and then infrastructure, which is part of the thing we have to do, must be the first thing that we do. And it's just something that's close to my heart because it was related to me being on the Muskogee Tourism Association, and as you all know, we dissolved that. We're in the process of doing that. And the main reason was the city, not each individual, I say city past, okay, and present some, did not do their due diligence in fixing the roof. Therefore, there's a structural element in the back of the Roxy, and also there's black mold that was there also. And also it had a problem with the floor. It made it buckle, and I think the big curtain got wet, and that was $40,000 for no reason, because before most of you guys have ever been on here, they were mentioned about. So it goes back past mayors. But that's a health and safety issue, was neglected. And the mayor said we didn't have any money. Well, that's not true. They found $110,000 somewhere. So my point is, and that's all I'm saying, please watch the safety and health first, and then the infrastructure next, because we all know downtown area is not really that good because it's really old. So I appreciate you letting me speak, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gregg. At this time, I'm going to close the public meeting.
When I showed up, there was no sign-in sheet. And I'd like to have a comment, if you make an exception to the rule, I guess.
If the sheets were not out there, it was past the time. 5:15 is the time limit.
Okay. And Mr. Hughes, unfortunately, I do believe that there was an ordinance that we can't do exceptions any longer on time or those rules.
And, okay, I wasn't aware you had to sign in for a public hearing. I thought a public hearing was back. Okay, I'll see you at the city council meeting then.
Ms. Bonehammer? Is he correct?
This is actually a public hearing versus a sign up to speak on an agenda item, so he should be able to speak.
Okay, Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes, hold on. I was getting an opinion before you run off. So what was that? So you can't speak?
He can't,
Okay,
at a public
so-
hearing, he can
so-
speak without signing up.
Okay, so I'm not going to close the hearing. Okay. Thank you for educating me, Mr. Hughes.
I didn't, the lawyer did.
Okay, you made me ask a question. Mr. Hughes, if you would just state your name, you'll have 5 minutes.
You just didn't want to hear me at the city council, that's what you did.
Oh, no, that wasn't it.
The plan calls for working towards affordable housing. And I know that there's a code that says you can't have tiny houses or tiny homes. I don't quite understand that. So we have a severe shortage of affordable homes, and the tiny homes are not mentioned in the publication. Any reason why we can't have tiny homes besides the code saying that? I mean, if we have such a severe shortage of tiny home, of housing, why not have tiny homes? And if people are afraid it's going to bring down their prices, then do what you do for RV parks and set aside a lot or acres to build tiny homes. There's an RV park on West Okmulgee by Autonet Drive that looks like it needs to be condemned. But yet it's still there and nobody's complaining about that. So if we want affordable homes, we need to think progressive, and we need to think what can people afford, and we need to provide tiny homes. We need to be the city that says, hey, look at us. You know, we're actually providing affordable homes for people who want to live in a tiny home. And a lot of people have asked me about tiny homes in Muskogee, and I said, well, you have to call the city because they have a code that says you can't have it. Can anybody tell me why there's a code saying you can't have tiny homes?
Actually, I can address that. It's an older ordinance. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Yeah, it's an older ordinance that our lots have to be, I think it's over 7,000 square feet to be considered a buildable lot. Actually, Ms. Winkle in the planning department is working on a new ordinance to allow tiny homes. And she's been working on that for quite a bit now, actually.
Okay. I
So,
think
yeah, we
that-
have to, by our ordinances, we have to reduce the buildable lot size.
Yeah.
And then put in like kind of specs and requirements for tiny homes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that'd be quite an idea, and I would hope that when this happens, and we start inserting tiny homes there, that we can say, hey, look at Muskogee, we're being forward-thinking and we're providing, affordable housing. Am I limited to one topic?
As long as it's along with what this agenda item is.
Are there any plans that would restrict a homeowner's ability to modify his home or property the way he or she sees fit? In other words, are there any plans for any type of city-imposed homeowners association restriction? Because I noticed in there that it says there are plans to hide air conditioning units behind trees or bushes or something like that. And my concern is that the city is going to be telling people what they can do with their equipment and what they can do with their property, where they have to put things.
Okay. So the intent with that was not talking about it's more talking about the subdivision communities and just trying to be proactive about just kind of making things like that pretty. It's not going to be HOA driven or covenant driven or anything like that.
So-
We're just talking about new development. If it comes in and we develop an entire community, then, having some things that will help make those
It'll be
more
mandated?
appeasable to the eye.
It will be mandated.
I don't think that we put the term mandated in there. I think encouraged, but it will not be an HOA or a covenant or anything like that.
What I'm saying is if a property owner doesn't want to do what you all recommend, is there going to be repercussions for it?
There is nothing right now that says that we're going to make that any kind of a code violation or anything like that, no.
Well, my concern is, once the city tells a property owner where they can put their air conditioning unit, that it has to be hidden behind something, then that starts, a small intrusion on the Fourth Amendment, and the government saying you have to do this to your own private property, and private property is supposed to be private, obviously.
Right.
Okay, thank you, and thank you, Dr. Hu.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes.
Thank you, Mark.
At this time, anybody else have a comment they would like to say before we close the public? Oh, we have another. Go ahead, come up to the microphone and state your name.
You might want to stop and hear this. I didn't plan on speaking tonight. My name is Pete Carraway. I live at 118 Golf Lane. I've been thinking about what Mark was saying for a while. I think we're going to be downsizing homes all over Muskogee. In other words, the average house of 1,500 to 2,000 square feet are damn near in the mid $200,000. So we're going to have to do something. I know that in our budget, we give out certain portions of money to renovate old homes to restore that. Was it about $100,000, $200,000 a year? And what I'm thinking is the new modern small homes, modular, can be erected in no time if they have the pad and they have the infrastructure, the water and the sewer and so forth. But instead of making it look like an RV or a trailer park, let's make these tiny community areas with small housings look like a regular subdivision with property big enough that they can plant a yard, have a garden in the back, and do things like every other person does in Muskogee. I don't want to transplant what we consider a look at an RV park. You can look at them all over. You got one up here on 69 North heading towards Wagner. You got one down here on 69. It looks like a trailer park. That's what it is. And if you really want to see some real trailer park, go out like you're going to the airport and heading south and take one of the side roads off to your right. You have people parking in campers and or trailers down on private property that is being rented out. I don't even know if the police go down through there.
Mr. Caraway, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to jump in. So this is a public hearing on the comprehensive plan, so you need to stick to that topic, please.
Okay. But I'm just saying, I think we need to look at what we're doing there and come up with a better vision. In other words, let's spend our money wisely and don't toss it around and say we did something for people when you can't restore one of the old dilapidated buildings down here on Cherokee and get much value or anything else out of it. So we need to kind of rethink some of that in our planning. And if you want to look at a tiny home area, is that area out off of Shawnee back this way a little bit, right as you get there. But the houses are too close together. When one starts downgrading or not putting their doors on or closing their windows or whatever, it starts looking trashy. I don't know if you've been down there lately, but I just happened to go in it the other day. So we need to relook that, because that's kind of where we're heading for people to have affordable housing. In vertical slums are just as bad as a horizontal slum, okay? In fact, it's worse because you can't get to the second and third floors of a vertical slum without somebody getting the elevator, taking your knife or shiv. They had that big problem in St. Louis with that a number of years back. So I think Mark brings up a good point. I really do. And I don't think it would waste any money. But if we're going to do it, let's do it right. We can also stop a lot of we put them in certain areas and put in drainage, sewage. We can stop a lot of your flooding also. So there's some pluses, but we need to be careful. You don't want to build a slum in 5 years, okay? And that's my point.
Thank you. Any other public comment? At this time, I'd like to close the public hearing. Now I open up for discussion with council.
Yes, I have a question. On page 76 of the comprehensive plan, It talks about land annexation. Can you expand on that?
As far as?
On page 76, it talks about annexing in land within the city to grow the city.
Yes, so it's just, we have that in there for any kind of future expansion. It's not, there's not any particular area that we are looking at right now. The last one that we just did was part of the old plan. I don't have it right in front of me, but I can certainly get that answer back to you.
So would we annex in people's homes that's already built out in the county for being in the county and for those reasons?
So anyone can actually apply for annexation, so it's always going to be on the back burner of our mind to be able to do that, because we have applications for annexations. A citizen can do that. You do have to get a petition and so many people if it's going to be private homes like that, and there's a process that they have to go to. As far as commercial annexation, it is something that we do always look at, but it is in there just to compensate for the ones that can be applied for by the public.
So they're going to have to apply for it. This isn't something the city's going to force on someone.
It is not something that we have, that we're looking at right now.
Thank you.
And if I may, I think page 76 talks about annexation for the purpose of building homes. And I think the plan already says that currently it believes that we have enough land available to build the homes that it's suggesting without annexing.
But it had its own little block of talking about land annexation outside of that.
Right, so just wanted to clarify that. Because it does talk about not seeing a need for future annexation, but that was in reference to needing more land to build homes.
Thank you, Councilor Stepp. Does this item need any action, Ms. Bonemmer?
This is our public hearing. Is this going back on an agenda for a second read, or are you
This will go
finalizing?
back on city council.
Okay, on the end month, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, no action, just a public hearing today.
Okay. Any further questions for Ms. Winkle? Any further discussion? Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
Hold a public hearing and consider approval of the preliminary and final plat for the Harris Village subdivision located on East Harris Road, consisting of 2.316 acres to the city of Muskogee, or take other necessary action.
At this time, I'd like to open the public hearing. Ms. Winkle?
Good evening, actually, sorry. The application was submitted by Kell Properties LLC, and the indicated purpose of this property being platted is going to be 10 lots on a little more than 2.5 acres, with the lots being developed for single-family residences. These plats went to the Subdivision Review Committee on July 25th, 2025, and were approved. The preliminary and final plat both comply with the requirements of the subdivision regulations. This will be a subdivision development right off of East Harris Road, just east of York Street. And the proposed development will provide new housing options for individuals and families wishing to retire within the city of Muskogee. These housing options are going to be a maximum height of 2.5 stories or 35 feet, with the average dwelling size being approximately 2,000 square feet of living space, and this does exclude the garage. This development is also going to provide 2 additional fire hydrants to serve the new addition. Up on the screen, you do have the preliminary plat that you can look at. It is currently zoned as a agricultural land. We are requesting a rezone. That'll be the item right after this for that, and it will be considered a PUD. Right now, we do recommend approval of the preliminary and the final plat. On the final plat, you can see that it's going to be 10 lots on this area, and that road it's not going to go all the way through. It will be closed.
Thank you, Ms. Winkle.
How big are these lots going to be?
They are going to be, I can get you that answer. The PUD does address those lots. They are going to be smaller than the standard 7,200 square feet, which is why we wrote the PUD, which we'll talk about in the rezoning, which is the next item.
So they're not going to meet the city setbacks?
So that's why the PUD was written. So a PUD is its own zoning code that you can write for different communities. I know we did one for Cobblestone as well, and that does address lot size and you know what can be built on it, and it writes its own code for those particular lots.
Looks like there's 70 by 80 for the plat that we got.
That's not very big.
This is just the plat, though, and the rezone that involves the PUD, which I do have in front of me, is on the next item.
How much smaller is that is than what the city setbacks is? For 75 by 80?
So the setbacks on this, in the PUD that was attached to your agenda item spells all of that out for you. But within this, the lot sizes are going to be smaller on the plat, and the setbacks are going to be different as well. So they're not going to be the 25 feet off. I believe they're going to be on the plat, which I cannot see it, but it's on the plat, and I can go get that and discuss that with you if you'd like. I believe it changes your side lot lines by about 5 feet, but I can certainly email you that information.
I'd really like to know what our standard lot
Sure.
size is right now.
Sure.
'Cause I knew that there was.
Well, your
this-
standard lot sizes right now are 7,200 square feet. And you've got 25 foot on the front, and then you've got your 6 foot on the sides.
Any other public comment? At this time, I'll close the public hearing. Discussion within the council. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
No.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout. Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Hold a public hearing and consider approval of ordinance number 4269A to rezone property located on East Harris Road within section Northwest 18, Township 15 North, Range 19 East, from A1 agricultural to a planned unit development, PUD, for the Harris Village subdivision, and if approved, authorize staff to update the official zoning map of the city or take other necessary action.
At this time, I'd like to open the public meeting. Ms. Winkle?
So this item is to rezone it from the agricultural zone that it currently is to the PUD. The PUD does reduce the restrictions on the residential lot size requirements. It also creates the off-street parking environments as well as the attached garages for each development dwelling. It gives the adequate buffering along the perimeter of the subdivision and does encourage energy-efficient design by any owner or builder that obtains a lot within the subdivision. There are standards for review and requirements that do have to be met, required findings, and those do include, is it comparable with the comprehensive plan? How does it benefit the public welfare? Impact on other property? Impact on public facilities and resources? The archaeological, historical, or cultural impact? Parking and traffic, adequate buffering, and signage, and all of those were answered and added to the PUD that is for your review. Staff does recommend approval for this as it will allow for the design of these residential dwellings.
Is there any public comment?
I've got a comment. To address your question.
Sir, if you would just state your name at the microphone, and you'll have 5 minutes.
Mason Kale.
Okay.
To address your questions, Mr. Hall, the idea behind the smaller lot size is that these are for, and of course anybody's free to purchase one of these homes. We're making them in mind with retirees who, it's a little bit harder for them to get around and mow large lot sizes, mow big fields, large yards, but still want to have a yard. We want to be able to accommodate that and still give them a reason to stay in Muskogee. I think there's a lot of people that are getting to the retirement age and then looking at places like Coweta and Broken Arrow, and we want to provide them alternatives that are here. A lot of these people have lived their whole lives in Muskogee, and we'd like to, offer them the ability to continue to do that and do so.
Will there be sidewalks in this neighborhood?
To my knowledge, yes, sir.
Sidewalks?
To my knowledge, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. No more further public comment. This time, I'd like to close the public hearing. Any discussion or entertain a motion?
Move for approval.
I second it.
Have a motion and a second. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Receive a presentation from Zaria Gordon from the Youth Action for Health Leadership Program at Muskogee High School detailing the program's work with Counteract Tobacco or take other necessary action.
Ms. Cranford?
Yes, Zaria is a high school student that is coming tonight to talk to us about a program that they are implementing through Counteract Tobacco, which is a TSEC grant that they have. And I'm excited to see these young people coming forward and standing up against tobacco and vaping and all of those things in the public school sector. So I'm anxious to hear from them tonight.
Thank you. So, hello, my name is Jason Kraft, and this is my friend Zaria Gordon. We are seniors at Muskogee High School, and this is our campaign. Hope you're ready. Where's the rest, which is like...
Don't be nervous. You guys know most of us.
So what is Counteract Tobacco? So Counteract Tobacco is an educational and advocacy campaign trying to move power out of big tobacco's hands and into our own statewide comprehensive tobacco retail licensing. So the way that we want to do this is by advocating for overturning tobacco pre-emption and licensing e-cigarettes, vapes, and nicotine products. So, y'all, we work on a Counteract Tobacco as part of our Youth Action for Healthy Leadership, or YALS. YALS is a youth engagement movement funded by Tobacco Settlement Endowments Trust Program, or TSET. Our mission is to promote a healthier Oklahoma through nutrition education and an active living that is free from harmful effects of tobacco, education, and obesity. So, the need for comprehensive retail licensing. It is important to strengthen our tobacco laws in Oklahoma because really tobacco products are way too easy to sell currently, and the people who are selling them are really trying to target people that are our age or youth. And comprehensive tobacco retail licensing is important, so it's harder for the youth to obtain vapes and e-cigarettes. So I believe that it's important because those products can have lifelong effects on your physical and mental health, and I am trying my best, well, y'all is trying their best to help future generations to live their healthiest lives. So, even though usage rates of traditional cigarettes have continued to decline, use of vapes and nicotine products had been shooting through the roof, with more than 1 out of every 5 youth in the state. At my school, it feels closer to 50%, but in 2021, 21.7% of Oklahoma high school students reported using vapor products.
We know that vapes or e-products, nicotine products, are more common for teens to use than cigarettes or tobacco products. And that's a problem because in Oklahoma you don't need a license to sell these products, which makes it easier for the retailers to sell it to underage kids. And if they have a licensure, it means that it gives power more back to us, saying, like, we can notice where they're selling it and have compliance checks to make sure that they're actually following the law when it comes to this, and makes it, because since they don't have it, makes it much easier for them to break the law, and we don't know where it's going. And the federal factual year of 2023 retail violation rate in Oklahoma was 20.2%, with, as already stated, more than 1 in 5 retailers illegally selling tobaccos to minors. I believe it's so easy for the youth to get it because it's irresponsible adults, older siblings, or just adults having use that they don't care about really. So. Preemption is a big tobacco pact to make sure that local communities can't pass stricter laws in states. So let's say our town wanted to regulate and have a license for vape products because they were worried about the youth in their community using these products. But with preemption in place, our community can do that, and it has been done in the whole state of Oklahoma. This can really slow down the ability to change policies, and is exactly why Big Tobacco wants to do it. Big Tobacco wanted to control and prevent local communities from making positive tobacco regulations that prevent youth and others from using their tobacco products. How can we take action and support counteract tobacco? Oh wait, I didn't switch the slide. Okay. If preemption was removed, this would take power back to give it to us and local governments to pass and favor restriction policies on their own. Supporting preemption repels means communities such as Muskogee can make change and be a part of the solution. Yes. So, Jason here will be passing out cards to show your support in our campaign to support preemption repel and to sign a local elected official support card. At this time, we would like to ask City Hall councilors to consider signing and support the card of Counteract Tobacco campaign. Please feel free to ask Counteract Tobacco campaign manager if you have any questions. Our campaign manager is back there. His name is Alex, if you have any questions. I would like to open the floor up for any questions, please.
How many people are in your group with you currently? About?
Well, here in Muskogee, we are the two leadership members who mostly do this. But then I think it's a good majority. Y'all is more like interactive, so if teens want to participate, they can. So we have people signed up, but that doesn't mean they always participate. But there's like a good 10 of us who always participate and really show out.
Well, I just want to thank you, Tim, for standing up. I know as an educator that vaping is something that we see even at the elementary level. And so this will be a great help to us. I wish you well.
Any other questions?
Good job, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching your presentation.
Thank you. Item 6.
Consider approval of the purchase of one 550 Jetvac 1000 CFM 4-inch power, no boom, from Contractor Solutions in the total amount of $98,468 per Sourcewell contract number 101221, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Rigney?
Yes, thank you. So this is a vac trailer that will be used in our sanitary sewer department. This is a budgeted item. We'll be purchasing it through cooperative purchasing agreement Sourcewell, which does save us 10% on the total cost, which equates to about $10,000. This is a piece of equipment that we will utilize for tight spaces where we have manholes that need to be vacuumed out in alleys. And another big use for it is the residential lift stations, which we have over 120 of those that we maintain around the city. And a lot of them are close to the house where we can't get them off the right-of-way. So that requires us to drive our 50,000-pound truck on someone's driveway. We're going to end up breaking driveways. We don't want to do that, so we want to get a smaller piece of equipment to get in there, be able to service these lift stations without causing undue wear and tear to a resident's driveway. I'd be happy to answer any questions. We do recommend approval, and we're excited to get this piece of equipment if approved.
Thank you, Mr. Rigney.
Move for approval.
I second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, any questions? Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley?
Yes.
Tom Martindale?
Yes.
Dan Hall?
Yes.
Melody Cranford?
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery?
Yes.
Tracy Hous?
Yes.
Jamie Stout?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed?
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider approval of an honorary street name for Ruffer Road designating the area located on East Shawnee Road extending from North York Street to North Country Club Road as Ruffer Road, or take other necessary action.
Before I pass it to you, Mr. Rigney, I would just want to say this was I was approached by MHS student leadership and the ever so popular Miss Brosset, Terry Brosset. This is something that they are really kind of thrilled about when they saw some honorary street signings. I did just have a request that it did go up to make sure administration was okay with them putting this forward before we pass it through the Streets Committee. Mr. Rigney?
Yes, thank you. So this is, as stated, going to be on East Shawnee Road and span from York Street to North Country Club, so that access road on Shawnee in front of the high school. This was submitted by Ms. Terry Brosset of the MHS Student Leadership Council. And the justification or purpose for renaming the street is in recognition and honor of the student body, faculty, alumni, high school, and mascot. Staff does recommend approval, and it was asked that we request that the fees be waived for this. It's normally a $200 fee, but for a school, since it's also a nonprofit tax-based entity, asked to waive those fees at the council's discretion.
Thank you, Mr. Rigney.
Move for approval? Second it.
Have a motion.
I didn't even know it wasn't called Ruffle Road.
It's
been called
official.
Ruffle Road since I was in the 60s, so.
Well, we want to give it a street marker and make that official.
I'm just surprised Derek Reed didn't bring it up.
Can we
I
do
missed
the
that
rules
one.
and make it green writing instead of the standard do white with the green writing?
We can make sure that we're not going to break any MUTCD rules, and if we're allowed to do that, we will do that.
Do we need to add anything about waiving the fees?
I think the way it was presented, that's a Katrina question, but since I brought it up, I'm not sure.
Waiving the fees, we can request that if council approves it.
Yes, I make that within my motion.
I second it.
So we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley?
Yes.
Tom Martindale?
Yes.
Dan Hall?
Yes.
Melody Cranford?
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery?
Yes.
Tracy Hous?
Yes.
Jamie Stout?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed?
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider approval of the reappointment of Connie Wetz to the Historic Preservation Commission, serving a full 3-year term beginning September 1, 2025, and ending August 31, 2028, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Brawley?
Yes, this one's mine. Ms. Wetz has been an active member of the Preservation Committee for several years now, very active in the city, and I would be proud to recommend her for reappointment. Entertain a motion.
Okay, that's your motion. We have a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley?
Yes.
Tom Martindale?
Yes.
Dan Hall?
Yes.
Melody Cranford?
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery?
Yes.
Tracy Hous?
Yes.
Jamie Stout?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed?
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider the approval of the reappointment of Letitia Dawkins to the Martin Luther King Community Trust Authority to serve a second 5-year term beginning August 1, 2025, and ending on July 31, 2030, or take other necessary action.
Councilor Hilton Flannery?
Letitia Dawkins, she's done a great job being on that trust authority, and we'd like to put her back on there again.
So that's your motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion is second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley?
Yes.
Tom Martindale?
Yes.
Dan Hall?
Yes.
Melody Cranford?
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery?
Yes.
Tracy Hous?
Yes.
Jamie Stout?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed?
Abstain.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider approval, of the reappointment of Patrick Harriman to the Urban Renewal Authority to serve a full 3-year term beginning September 1, 2025, and ending August 31, 2028, or take other necessary action.
Councilor Hilton Flannery?
Yeah, Patrick, he has done a good job being on there. I think he filled in on a partial term for someone else, I think.
He did.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a business owner here in town, and he'll do a good job.
That's your motion. Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley?
Yes.
Tom Martindale?
Yes.
Dan Hall?
Yes.
Melody Cranford?
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery?
Yes.
Tracy Hous?
Yes.
Jamie Stout?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed?
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider approval of the appointment of Linda Stowers to the Planning and Zoning Commission, filling the expired term of Judith Hoffman, beginning August 1, 2025, and ending July 31, 2028, or take other necessary action.
Councilor Cranford?
Yes. This is my recommendation. Mrs. Stewart is excited about becoming active in our community. I think it's great when we have citizens who are watching us and want to be a part of the great things that we're doing. So I recommend that we add her to this board.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford. Yes. Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider approval of the appointment of C.B. Abel to the Muskogee City County Port Authority and Muskogee City County Trust Port Authority to serve a 4-year term beginning September 1, 2025, and ending August 31, 2028, filling the expiring term of Rowdy Fuel, or take other necessary action.
This is Mayor Kell's item that he's not present today, so if you guys had a chance to review the letter that was submitted with that from the county, from the City County Port Authority, but I'd like to entertain a motion. Most of you guys know CB.
I'll second it.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
No.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout. Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes.
Item passes. Next item, please.
Consider approval of the reappointment of Fred Hogle to the Muskogee City County Port Authority and Muskogee City County Trust Port Authority to serve a 4-year term beginning September 1, 2025, and ending August 31, 2028, or take other necessary action.
Again, this is an item brought forward by Mayor Kell. You guys had a chance to review the agenda items that were sent by the
I
City
move
County
for
Port Authority.
approval.
So I have a motion and a second. Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout. Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes.
Item passes. That concludes tonight's Public Works Committee meeting.
I'm going to call to order the special call meeting for the City Council for August 11th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Mayor Patrick Kale. Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Tracy Hous.
Here.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Here.
Melody Cranford.
Here.
Dan Hall.
Here.
Tom Martindale.
Here.
Mike Brawley.
Here.
Agenda item number 1, A and B, please.
Consider an executive session to discuss and take possible action on the following. A, pursuant to Section 307B4, Title 25, Oklahoma statutes, consider convening an executive session to discuss the lawsuit styled Polaris Technologies Incorporated versus the City of Muskogee, CV-2025-4570, filed in the District Court in and for Muskogee County, Oklahoma, and if necessary, take appropriate action in open session. B, pursuant to Section 307B3, Title 25, Oklahoma statutes, consider convening an executive session to confer on matters pertaining to an appraisal and possible purchase of property located in downtown Muskogee, and if necessary, take appropriate action in open session.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to go into executive session. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Tom Martindale.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody Cranford.
Yes.
Tracy Hous.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Yes. We will now consider ourselves in executive session if you clear the room.
He always comes and talks to your buddy.
Going to consider ourselves return from executive session.
When you start coming to
The mics are live. The mics are live.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Tracy Hous.
Here.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Here.
Melody Cranford.
Here.
Dan Hall.
Here.
Tom Martindale.
Here.
Mike Brawley.
Here.
Item number 1, A and B, please.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Pursuant to Section 307B4, Title 25, Oklahoma statutes, council did convene an executive session to discuss the lawsuit filed Polaris Technologies, Inc. versus the City of Muskogee, CV 2025-4570, filed in the District Court in and for Muskogee County, Oklahoma, and there is no action required on this item. Item B, pursuant to Section 307B3, Title 25 Oklahoma statutes, council did convene an executive session to confer on matters pertaining to an appraisal and possible purchase of property located in downtown Muskogee, and if necessary, take appropriate action in open session. And there is no action required on this item.
No action on A and B, so with that being under consideration, we are now adjourned.
Okay.